Community Affairs Director Aman Jabari joins us right now to talk about what the administration is doing to make sure the mayor is connected to the community. How are you doing today?
Doing well.
Good. What's your main responsibility? What's your main role to make sure that the mayor and the community are connected?
Well, the first thing is a relationship between the community and the mayor's office. I think that if you're ever going to have a city that has potential, there has to be a relationship established where the community is interacting with the mayor and the mayor is interacting with the community as a whole.
And that interaction doesn't just mean money's flowing down to the citizens, but it also means that the citizens have to have some input and some leadership as it relates to what's happening in their neighborhoods.
Exactly. It's a responsibility. It's a team effort. It's a joint effort. If the city, which has a lot of potential, is ever going to, again, be what it deserves to be, everybody has to get involved. It's just that simple. Whenever the mayor decides to implement something, the community has to buy into it and take a responsibility to make sure it gets carried out. We can't expect the city to do it all. We have to have support from the community as well.
How do we take the message from the mayor to the neighborhood?
Well, what you do, first of all, is you communicate with community organizations that are already established in the community. What we did basically was we decided to send out a letter introducing myself as the new community affairs, the new director of community affairs. And what the letter stated basically was who I am. I'm a native of New Orleans, and what we wanted to do, what we wanted to get accomplished. And that was an introduction as well as get them involved and find out what their concerns were. Basically, is what it boils down to.
What have you been hearing back?
Great response. Yeah, the bottom line is people want to feel connected with the mayor. They would like for the mayor to hear what their concerns are. And so we've been able to do that by getting out in the community, going to various community organizations meetings, and understanding what their concerns are.
And you hit just about all the meetings. As long as you know about them, that you're there or a representative is there.
Exactly. That's the key to it, really. You can't do it from the office. You have to be out there. You have to be out there. They have to see you out there. They have to understand that you're concerned. They need to be able to tell you what's going on, and you need to take it back and find solutions for it. So yeah, it's definitely a hands-on approach.
We've been doing some town hall type meetings, and had one with the Community Action Forum. The mayor actually goes out. Also had one with police districts where leadership within specific police districts have come into City Hall. How have they been going?
Fantastic, really well. I mean, first of all, the forum is more like the community at large. And then we have this other avenue, which is a personal gathering, a personal meeting. And we chose community leaders in terms of this forum. And what that does basically is it tells the community that we're going to, first of all, discuss matters with the leaders. And because the leaders are already in motion, they take the information back to the community. And then, of course, the mayor's office, we support whatever their concerns are, making sure it gets done.
You're born and raised here. How have you seen the city change? What's the transition been from when you were born to now? What's different?
Well, growing up in New Orleans was interesting. And I like to think that I've learned a lot over the years, but coming back to New Orleans, I'm extremely proud to be back. And one of the things I've seen happen is people are beginning to care, I think. But I think the caring comes from the message that the mayor has put in place. And I think the mayor has set the tone in terms of what we should be doing. If we think that, I hear this saying all the time about the big easy. Yeah, New Orleans is easy in a lot of ways, but in a lot of ways it's not so easy. And I think that growing up here has allowed me to really personally have compassion for what I do in terms of directing community affairs.
I love listening.
It's been a big change.
I love listening to the story of where you grew up, how you grew up, and where you are now. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, first of all, I grew up in the uptown area of New Orleans, in the Central City area. I'm a graduate of Booker T. Washington High School. And growing up in New Orleans was interesting for me because it's a city, really, when you don't understand it, of the have and the have-nots. But I refused to believe that I was one who was supposed to be a have-not. And so I took it upon myself to do the things and to wonder in my mind about, what it could be like. And so, I left New Orleans when I finished high school and moved to San Jose, California. After that, I joined the Navy, had a chance to broaden my horizons. And then it kind of all opened up for me at that point, which simply means that I had a chance to see something that I wasn't exposed to growing up. And so now I found out that there's a lot of things happening in our world that we're not exposed to. And now it's time to come back and share those things. And that's why I enjoy doing what I do. Going to the school system, speaking to kids in the public school on behalf of the mayor. I think it's a fantastic opportunity to share that.
And I think that's critical because I've been finding a lot that there is some young people, and some older folks too, who haven't ever ventured outside of the city limits to understand that there's something else out there.
Right. Well, you know, the bottom line is you have to dream. I mean, really and truly, there are a lot of kids in this town that have great expectations, but you have to be one that have a desire and want to. In other words, you just can't buy into what you see. You have to be a dreamer. I mean, that's what happened for me, basically. But I like to think, you know, my success has primarily been because of the foundation that was set for me. You know, growing up in a single-parent home, someone was always supported me. But I think that the bottom line for me was what I desired to do. You know, by getting out and traveling to a place I've never been to before. I mean, living in Seattle, living on the East Coast, though. And so here I am now, simply trying to motivate other young kids to say, look, you can be anything you want to be. All you have to do really is put forth some effort. It's the bottom line.
Let's give the phone number for the office for any group that wants to contact you, or if they want to give you information on meetings. What's the number? How do they get you?
You can reach Aman Jabari, Director of Community Affairs, and our number in City Hall is 658-4905.
Aman Jabari, thanks a lot.
My pleasure.